Our unit virtue for a section on ecclesiology will be unity and peace. Now, where there is unity, where people are united, they're not fighting, there's not those kinds of tensions, clearly unity brings forth peace as a fruit. And so we should all seek to build up unity amongst nations, amongst peoples, diverse types of peoples, and that unity will therefore bring forth that fruit of peace. But we see that unity and peace really have their origin in the Trinity. How is that so?
Well, there is no greater unity than the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So there's got to be no greater peace than them. There's a perfect concord among them. They love one another, and so there's nothing to divide them from one another.
Absolutely. So that unity that we see between the three persons in the one God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, is imprinted upon the church. And the church is meant to be a communion, a word that literally has the word unity in it, union.
That's
right?
True. Yeah.
So with that word of communion, we see that there's a whole section of ecclesiology greatly developed by a guy named Joseph Ratzinger.
I've heard of him.
And that communion theology is very, very important in our understanding of the church. So the church is a communion. It's a communion of faith, of the profession of the faith. So we see this in the Second Vatican Council in paragraph 14 of Lumen Gentium, that the church is this communion of faith. So we all are united by professing that same one faith. It's a communion of the sacraments. We are all united by receiving those same sacraments. It's a communion of ecclesiastical governance. So we're united with the shepherds, and the most important shepherd, the one who is the visible sign of unity for the whole church, is the Pope. And then our diocesan bishop is the visible sign of unity here in the diocese. So having Bishop Sweeney right now in the Diocese of Paterson, he is the visible sign of being united as a church here in this local church of Paterson. So we are blessed by the role of the bishops, because the bishops have this function of unifying and bringing unity to the whole church. And that's why they're also charged with providing a unified profession of faith and providing and nourishing the unified sacramental disciplines of the church, that we all celebrate the sacraments in the right way, in the unified way. It's not like you go to one church and Mass is celebrated backwards, where you have the Eucharist and then the Liturgy of the Word.
That would be confusing.
It would be very confusing, exactly. So we all have this beautiful faith and sacraments, and the fact that we are united by our shepherds, the bishops. So we have this unity imprinted within the church.
That's so beautiful, Father, and it's very much like the Trinity, because God the Father is the head of the Trinity. Not that he's better than the others, he's still God, but he brings about the unity of the Son and the Spirit with him.
Exactly. And that unity is tied together by love. And wherever there's unity and there's that presence of love, we are going to find peace. And peace does not mean simply the absence of conflict, as Gaudium et Spes from the Second Vatican Council addressed. It is the fact that there is truly this desire for unity. And so as Christians, we are called to be a unifying presence in the world, in the one human family, which is everyone.
Right.
Everyone, no matter what religion they are. We're called to bring forth that unity and imprint it as a witness to the Trinity in the world.